A do about fuck your copyright laws. You know what? I know what we're gonna stop doing in 2016. You people are going to stop getting your asses on Snapchat and lip syncing without knowing the words. I know that I'm coming from a really intense, I know every single word of every song that I sing on Snapchat. I will literally get up there and lip sync like I am performing for my life. And my mouth moves with every single sound, every breath. I know that. And you don't have to do that. Y'all know I am extra. But what you will stop doing is this.
A little trouble to get into. Baby, tell me what you're drinking and I got you. Ooh,
Do y'all have any idea what that looks like? It looks so insane. Why would you get yourself together to get on a camera and half sing a song you don't know? What is that doing for anyone? You think someone's going, ooh, it's so sexy how they don't even know the words to the song. What we're doing is saying, hey, maybe you should have done something else, because lip syncing and not even being anywhere close to what the words are saying, it's not doing anything for anybody. So many people do it. Why? I'm just thinking about... Excuse me. I'm just thinking about all the people who do it. Why? We gotta leave that. We shouldn't even brought it into 2015. We gotta leave it here. I'm telling you, I don't want to see it after December 31st. I'm telling you, at 12 o'clock, every Snapchat better be on the mark. Ooh, the next one. Emoji clothing. Why did we allow that to happen? It was one of those things like Donald Trump where we were like, oh, this is a joke. And then it carried on way past what it needed to be. Friends of certain individuals should have sat them down and had an intervention and said, hey, you know that looks foolish, right? Why would you wear clothing inspired by characters on a keyboard? Yeah, even drunk, that doesn't make sense to me. It looks foolish. It always looks dumb. I'm telling you, I literally haven't seen any piece of clothing or accessory with emojis on it that looked nice. And I'm just saying we should all spare ourselves the embarrassment and tragedy of having to look at it and just burn every article of clothing that has an emoji on it. It wasn't a good idea. That was actually the biggest fail of 2015. I might be stretching there. Meek Mill might have been the biggest fail of 2015. Rachel Dolezal is the biggest fail of 2015. God damn. We've been through a lot of terrible stuff this year. My God. What is 2015? Ew. I hadn't realized how many of these things were inspired by Twitter. We're going to go ahead and leave the whole determining your child's phenotype. We're going to leave that in 2015. I can't tell you how many times someone has gotten read on Twitter for being like, oh, my child has to look like this. I want to marry a white person so my child can look like this. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. You know how weird that is for you to literally try to decide what your child is physically going to look like, and it almost is always a mixed child with like non-brown eyes. And it's weird. It's weird. Well, what are you going to do if your child doesn't look like that? Are you going to hate the child? Maybe you can like low-key dream of that in your head, but don't put that on Twitter. I don't think we want to see that. I know that we don't. It's not something that we should be partaking in. Babies are adorable. We're actually made to think that they're so cute so that we can take care of them. That's an evolutionary trait. So are you saying that you're not going to take care of your child if they don't look like this certain phenotype? That's a waste of time, and it's silly, and it's disturbing. You're nasty. You're sick. You're sick. Read a book. Read a book. 2016 will be a better place if we can leave behind the corny Vine productions. I know you guys love Vine, and sometimes Vine makes me laugh. I have retweeted things from Vine. What I don't like are these super staged productions, and it's not funny. It's corny. I've watched so many of them and done literally this. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. I deleted the Vine app because there are way too many things on there that just aren't funny. It's like a whole production. Or the ones where people are like, oh, this just so happened on Vine. And it's like, you can clearly tell that people are acting. I'm not going to laugh at that. I'm not going to laugh when I can clearly tell that what you have provided me as a product is artificial. When she got her hair pulled and was like, oh, I've been attacked. I've been assaulted. She's crazy. She's childish. She doesn't know how to handle her emotions. But it was okay when it was done to Portia. You could at least make it look like, hey, these two people didn't just get themselves together to act on Vine. You could at least do that. I think that we deserve that. If we're going to sit here and take our time to watch your little 6-second clip, it could be good and convincing. Don't be giving me no bullshit on a platter. I don't want that, baby. No, I don't. And last but not least, the final thing that we can leave in 2015, Kenya Moore. When I tell you that no one on my television gets on my nerves more than Kenya Moore, this woman is a conniving, hypocritical, awful human being. I'm not just saying this because she blocked me on Twitter. I'm not going to say I started a hate campaign against Kenya Moore in 2014 because it may have happened. I'm not gonna get into that. What did happen is I did witness Kenya being an asshole every week on Real Housewives of Atlanta. For instance, when Cynthia decided to stretch her long ass leg out to kick Portia in her little stomach, Kenya was like, oh, I told you she was crazy. Get away from her. I told you she was crazy. Candy, no, don't go near her. I don't want her to hurt you. Why would Portia decide to get up in her rage and hit Candy? Portia is 100% aware that Candy is a pregnant woman, so I was trying to understand why Kenya thought that anyone was going to believe that Portia would get herself together to hit her. It didn't make any sense. Sat up here and called Portia and her friend Jamia thoughts and all types of hoes and everything, but just like 2 seasons ago, Phaedra was calling her Kenya Hormore and like dragging her name through the mud. And she cried and thought it was the worst thing in the world. That her character was being, like, you know, damaged. Yet she's doing it to someone else. I don't understand how people don't see that this woman is literally insane. She thought it was so funny and made jokes about the fact that Cynthia kicked Portia in her stomach. I just don't understand how a person literally functions this way. That is some bullshit I just don't think I'm going to tolerate in 2016. I don't want to look at her anymore. I think we can do without her. Well, there you have it. Those are my things that we need to leave behind in 2015. I'm hoping that everyone has a blessed and joyous and prosperous 2016 full of all the things that you ever wished for and the things that didn't come true in 2015. I don't know about you, but my year was actually really terrible. So I'm very optimistic. All jokes aside, I really do want this to be a better year than the last one for everyone. And Happy New Year.